TUXTLA Gutierrez, after a horrific road accident killed 55 undocumented migrants in a truck on a major transit route to the United States, Mexico on Friday urged Washington to rethink its migration policy. Bodies draped in white sheets lined the roadside near TUXTLA Gutierrez in the southern Mexican state of Chiapas, where a truck transporting some 160 migrants, most from Central America, overturned Thursday. Passengers, bleeding and with broken bones, lay in the road crying out in pain after the latest disaster to befall desperate people traveling through Mexico in search of a better life in the United States. More than 100 people were injured. Thousands attempt the long, often dangerous, and expensive journey every year to escape violence and poverty in their home nations in South and Central America. Such tragedies, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said Friday, should move the world to address the underlying problem, despair. The migration problem cannot be solved by coercive measures, but by opportunities for work and well-being. People don't leave their villages for pleasure, they do it out of necessity, he said. If the United States wanted to prevent migration to its shores, added López Obrador, it should invest in social programs in Central America, a matter he has discussed with Joe Biden. But there is slowness, said the Mexican leader. The victims of Thursday's accident, authorities said, were from Guatemala, Honduras, Ecuador, the Dominican Republic and Mexico. Most of the dead were from Guatemala, said López Obrador. It was horrible to hear the wailing. I just thought about helping, 18-year-old Sabina Lopez, who lives near the scene of the accident, told FF. The driver, who fled the scene, was allegedly speeding when he lost control of the truck. The National Institute of Migration said it was working to identify the dead, pay for funerals and repatriate bodies. It said survivors will be allowed to stay in Mexico. Don't close your eyes, the death toll is likely to rise, with many of the injured taken to hospital in a serious condition, according to Luis Manuel Garcia, a local civil protection official. Lopez told FF she saw a man pleading with his wounded companion. Don't go to sleep, don't close your eyes, she recalled him saying. Remember what you promised your mother? Hold on. Another nearby resident, Isaias Diaz, who arrived 15 minutes after the accident, described a ghastly scene, with a lot of people lying around, some of them were already dead. Diaz said he saw 5-6 children injured. People who had broken legs, ribs, heads, cuts on their necks, everything. The crying, the pain, the desperation. It was a very ugly atmosphere, he said. Broken hearts, people came spontaneously from nearby settlements Friday to place candles at the accident site and pray. Our hearts are broken, said Rocio Hernandez, a 52-year-old housewife. The Attorney General's office has opened a homicide investigation, while government officials denied the truck had been allowed through a roadblock before the crash. Guatemala's President Alejandro Giammattei and the Vatican expressed condolences to the victims and their loved ones. Migratory alternatives and legal avenues are needed to avoid tragedies like this, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNACA, said on Twitter. Human traffickers commonly hide undocumented migrants in trucks bringing them from Guatemala into Mexico, from where they head north to the US border. Accidents are common. Last month, 12 migrants died when 2 trucks crashed and burned in Chiapas. In a case that shocked a country sadly accustomed to violence, 16 Guatemalans and 3 Mexicans were found in January burned to death inside a truck with 113 bullet holes in the state of Tamaulipas. Migrants have told FF that the truck journey entails hours locked up without ventilation, avoiding drinking water so as not to have to urinate. Drivers, they say, ignore pleas for fresh air. Faced with these dangers, many migrants opt instead to join so-called caravans undertaking the long journey on foot, enduring extreme weather and other hardships, including extortion from drug gangs. The flow of undocumented migrants has increased since Biden came to office with a promise to scrap the hardline border policies of his predecessor Donald Trump. Mexican authorities have detected more than migrants between January and September, 3 times as many as in 2020. Some have been deported. The United States, for its part, recorded 1.7 million people entering illegally from Mexico between October 2020 and September. Many were expelled. Adblock test. Why?